Hey, how's it going? It's Enoch from All Dogs Off-Road, and today we are getting into a CA tuned front bumper onto a 2025 Nissan Frontier. There's very little information about the new 25-26 facelift, so we're going to do a quick video and kind of show you how to take it apart and then what it looks like to put one of these newer bumpers on there and see how well it works. Jumping right into it, we already kind of disassembled some of this stuff, realizing that there's a lot of differences between the 22, 23, 24, and then the new facelift. So we decided we were going to go ahead and do this video real quick. So first, I've already gotten all the clips out of this top plate here. And then the bolts have been removed from the latch. Moving the latch out of the way, removing all the clips, and then this comes out nice and easy once the latch is removed. And then we get into the louvers. So the louver system has two bolts right on the top here. You take those two out, and then there's a couple of wires that you have to disconnect in here as you move this. As you can see, this has a wire on it, so any wires you will be disconnecting as you disassemble. So then once that's out, this comes up. And then there's a wire on this as well. We'll unhook it once we have access to it. It is down below the bumper. So once we get that bumper off, we'll be able to disconnect this completely. But for now, we'll just set it up here like so. And then now we're gonna start working on getting the bumper front piece clip here all disassembled, and then we'll take it apart and drop it right off the frame.
All right, so I'm gonna step in here quick. Taking the grill off of these it seems to be fairly similar to the 22 to 24s. The one thing that we actually struggled with is there is a clip, you can't see it, but there's along the bottom there's the usual Nissan tabs. The corner ones are super stiff. You have to actually press down on it while pushing in, and it will eventually release. It took us like 20 minutes to figure it out, but we got that done. So let's do this one quick. No, it went. Okay. Sweet.
Nice. All right, we got the one wire.
Oh, yep. Should be a push in and release.
I wiggled, but it didn't jiggle.
There we go. Cool.
Perfect.
All right. So the grill's off. Set that aside.
As you can see, Kyle is now starting to take out the fender liner so that way he can remove the bolts that are holding it in place over here. As he gets those out, we have, I believe it's 4 or 5 bolts down here that has to be taken out, and then a couple of snaps, little just like this guy here, these little plastic snaps. So you'll have a couple of those that are attached to little metal brackets for rigidity. So you got to pop out all of these plastic pen snaps and then get those bolts out of the back. And then once we get all that disassembled, this whole unit should pop right off. We're going to jump into that, get all that stuff taken apart, and then we'll show you us pulling it off. We've got one hidden bolt right in here. So you take this off, pop it out, get that stuff out of the way. And right up top here, this little guy, that has to come out. That connects the front bumper to the fender. So once that comes out, then we should be able to pop this front plastic bumper right off. And hopefully everything else will kind of come out. We'll see what else we have to do, but that should get us into our next step. Oh, God damn.
know.
That is scary. I'm sorry, but that is.
Okay, get over here. Yep.
Get over here.
Hold on. Oh, yeah,
Oh.
fog light still. You can talk.
Let's get a little stand. We'll get this set on. Let's walk around the backside here. That came off pretty easy. Just have to get somebody on each side. You got to pull the sides first. We're leaving this little hook here, and then you're able to push it right forward with a little bit of pressure. It came out pretty easy, but you do have to apply a medium amount of pressure. Let's do it right here. Alrighty. Okay, let's get that as even as possible. And we'll look at how we can disassemble / cut this. We have to cut it, or I'm hoping maybe these are clipped and we can kind of disassemble this whole process here. Oh, nope, we definitely can. Let's see. Got some clips here. All right, as you can see, he's breaking loose the 17mm bolts on the bottom side. Once he gets all those broke, we're going to put on the new bumper as a dry test fit, loose, and then we're gonna start to customize the front plastic so that way it gets the best fitment that we can possibly get out of it. Once we get to that point, we'll bring you right back into it and show you the details in which it's gonna take to get that cut done nice and clean. Again, because that. Oh shit! Oh, the skid plate. I'm like, the skid plate's on it. Yeah.
Okay, you're good.
Yep. So as you're taking everything apart, you also have to remove the crash bar. Obviously, this is going away. The new bumper will be taking up these mounting points. So get this off. Make sure you disconnect your sensor correctly. Be very careful with this. This is breakable. If you drop it, you vibrate it too much, this sensor is breakable, so be careful.
Jaden, you wanna?
Jaden. Jack me up, Jaden. No. Yep, use the foot one. Perfect.
Go on.
Kyle's doing.
All right, so Kyle's cutting away this bottom section here, this little piece. It is interfering with the bracket. We're hoping we don't have to cut the larger piece because obviously you want to keep air dams to push air towards your radiators and cool down aspects. But if we have to, we may end up having to cut these to make sure the fitment is proper.
Cut.
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
You gotta go
Okay.
your way.
Yeah, it's got.
Okay.
We got it.
Yeah, we got to cut those all the way. All right, go ahead and go down. Copy. You got to cut a little more off. Slowly but surely, we'll get it. You got some extra plastics on the back side you have to snip. They're structural. All right, so we got this mocked up on there right now. We got the bottom 2 bolts in. We did not put the front one in because we need to be able to move this in and out. We're gonna grab the plastic, make some mild modifications to it to guarantee it'll fit around this core structure. Once we can guarantee it fits around the core structure, we're gonna test fit it and then see how much more we need to take away or what we need to do to make everything line up body line wise and make it look as good as possible. All right, I got my fancy cutting tool here and we are going to cut the minimalist, the smallest amount that we can cut out while still getting it to fit over that bumper, and then we'll refine it from that point outward. With the 22, 23, 24, this unit right here just pops out. It's a single thing, you pop it out and then you put in the new one. With this, you have to cut every single aspect of it. So to make sure that that cut's gonna come out really good and the fitment is gonna be right, we'll minimize our cut, and then we'll have extra to slowly take back until we get it in the exact right position that we want it. All right, so there's one caveat when doing any bumper for a Nissan Frontier, Xterra, doesn't matter which one you're doing. What we have noticed in the industry is that these rails are never perfect. It's just never perfect. So these bumpers are made on jigs, which are perfect in the spec that's supposed to be from the factory. So they build them off of that, okay? So because they're never perfect from the factory, you're going to have to use a die grinder and grind out your holes a little bit. And the way you'll find out which ones you have to grind out is you will have to do a dry fit. So you get it up there, get all the bolts in, and then see where you're having contact issues or where you may not even be able to get the bolts in at all. In those scenarios, grab the die grinder and get in there and just work out this inside here wherever you need to. In our case, once this is fully bolted up, this side bolts in perfectly. Over here, everything bolts up nice, but over here, when I went to put the bottom ones in, now I had them in there loosely, and then we pushed this back, and once we pushed it back, I'm now binding up against this top front. Only on this side though, the other side lined up perfectly. And then, so we're gonna make those adjustments. So that's something you just have to be aware of with the Nissans, is don't get angry at the fabricator that's made these bumpers, because they make these on square jigs to fit, you know, what should be coming out of the factory. So sometimes you just have to use a die grinder, make a little bit of adjustments so that way you get those holes lined up properly so you can get the bolt in straight. Don't try to force that bolt in crooked, because you will cross thread it. All right, so we got all the cuts done. We had to do a few more modifications as it goes. You know, we did it, I think, 4 test fits, and then slowly took away a little bit after each test fit to get this proper. After everything was said and done, with the different front end of the 25 and 26, it has a little bit more of a bow in the front compared to the 24s and below, which have more of a flat face here. So because of that, on any of the Viper cut bumpers and stuff like that, you will have a little bit of an overhang on the front there, but just clean it up nice with a burr, get it nice and smooth. And you know, we went with an angle here to match the angle on the bumper, so really open this up to create a nice even look. And that way it gives you access to the winch, so that way you can free spool and everything like that. And I think our next and final step is to permanently mount this to there. We also have a winch that is going in, so we're not going to show you the permanent mount, but you use all the hardware that's provided with the bumper or the factory hardware, depending on the provider of the bumper. Then you mount that in and torque everything down to appropriate factory spec, so that way you know this can handle a winch and can handle those pull forces. Once it's all torqued in place, we are going to basically reassemble everything in reverse from the disassembly, and we should be good to go and ready to rock and roll, hit some trails and have some fun.